Hi everyone, my name is Jose Iyane, one of the tropical birding tour guide. So probably you guys seen me somewhere, even in Ecuador, Peru, Colombia, Costa Rica, or who knows, somewhere else. Um, first of all, I want to thanks to my friends to encourage me to do this. I want to say this virtual bird tour. So basically, I want to take you guys to this most famous trip that we do in Ecuador, which is called the Andes Introtour. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you guys where Ecuador is located, thanks to this Google map, right? So as you probably see here, in this little corner, this is Ecuador. Okay, so Ecuador is one of the richest country in biodiverse, especially in avifauna, has just about 1600 species. Okay, so as you probably see here, Ecuador has four regions: the Amazon, the Andes right here, and the coast, and the Galapagos Island region. And I also want to show you guys how it's gonna work this trip actually. So most of the flights gets into Quito, which is the capital of Ecuador, which is actually in this little area. So if you see these red lines here, is the site or the route that we're gonna make during this 8-day trip. Okay, so as I said, so our flights will get into Quito. From here we'll go through this road to Yanacocha, where it's going to be our first stop, and then after that we'll go down to Tandayapa Bird Lodge, which is actually right here. So we'll be based for 5 nights more or less here, and from here we'll be basically going to different sites. Okay, one of them will be Upper Tandayapa Valley, which is just right here, and also from Tandayapa we'll go down to Milpa Bird Sanctuary, which is the foothill forest, and same as with Mashpi Amagusa Reserve, which is right up here. And then one of the lowest elevation that we'll go will be the Rio Silancha Bird Sanctuary, which is down the lowlands. And after that we'll head back towards Tandayapa Bird Lodge as usual. From here we'll visit our last day to Angel Pass or Refugio Paz de las Aves place, which is right here. And after that we'll actually take this road all the way down back to Quito through this wet and temperate forest all the way through here, and we'll pass also dry temperate forest and drive into Mountain Valley down to Calacali, and eventually we'll get down to Puembo Hotel, where the main tour will end it up. And some of you guys that will doing the extension will spend the night here, and then we'll be actually connecting for our extension, and we'll visit the Antisana National Park, which our birding will start from 11,000 feet all the way to 12,000, and which comes from here all the way through here. And here we have the Antisana volcano, and the Mica Lake also will get some of these ducks. And then we'll head back towards the same way down to P4, and eventually we'll go through this Papiacta Pass to get down to Guango's Lodge, which is the lodge where we're gonna spend one night before our trips end. And the lodge itself is located in temperate forest. And our last day we'll do birding up in this area, which is this is called the Termas Road, as we call, and then Papiacta Pass, or the antennas. We'll be chasing through some of these rarities or target birds, but this belongs to Yanacocha National Park. Alright, so as you probably know a little bit how we're gonna do this trip. So let's go back to Quito, where our trip is gonna start. Okay, so as I said, most of our trips will start in Quito, so we'll be based in our hotel Dan Carlton. You'll be pick it up at 5:30 in the morning, and after that we'll be actually been driving towards Yanacocha Reserve that I'm gonna show you guys also on the map right here. So from here we'll be actually going down this way where Yanacocha Reserve is. Okay, so the first part might be the paved road, and the rest of them will be just dirt road. Okay, in the meantime, going to Yanacocha Reserve, we'll be seeing some good stuff also. One of them will be like this strict-throated bush tire, maybe fly catching back and forth from the power lines, and obviously we'll see some other stuff too, you know, like rufous scarlet sparrow or even great thrush, and then we'll be able to see species like this yellow-breasted brushfinch, which they are photogenic little birds that you'll be able to photograph them actually, and they kind of quite common at this elevation. So eventually we'll keep driving towards the reserve where we'll be arriving in short time, where actually they do have it some hummingbird feeders and fruit feeders where we can be able to see like this Andean guan by the fruit feeders, and some other photogenic species like this scarlet belly mountain tanager and their cousin black-chested mountain tanager too. In this particular moment, I would like to tell you guys that Introtour is not a designed only for hardcore birders. It's also designed for beginners, you know, that, I mean, they haven't been really birding in the as a deep or as a aficionado, you know. So anyway, so anybody can join this Introtour trip. So it's kind of easy birding, and people can join for even if they only like the nature or they like photographing birds. All right, and then we can even able to see this gray-browed brushfinch that can come to fruit feeders also, which sometimes can be very tough to get them. And then by the hummingbird feeders, as I said, so there is very good chance that we're gonna see sapphire-vented pufflegs, this territorial buff-winged star frontlet, shining sunbeam. They come to the hummingbird feeders, and also you'll be seeing in the wild flowers too. And beside them, we will get this passerine that likes to get flower nectars and sugar waters also, as they don't have long beaks, so they mostly go on the flowers to get nectars from the top of the flower, doing some little piercing. So they kind of, I would say, they like to steal the nectars from natural flowers. So later on, we'll go for a hike in the trails, and yes, and then let me show this. So let me show you guys how we're gonna do for rest of the morning walking the trail. So we'll be walking this trail all the way down here and go back same way. So the round trip will have just about 3.5 miles. So while showing you guys the slide, so I'm gonna play the tape of the Andean solitaire as a background. Alright, so while walking there, we'll be able to see species like this spectacled red star, bar fruit eater, Andean pygmy that can be seen quite often. I usually whistle for them and they respond my call. So there's very good chance that we're gonna see it. So beside them, we're gonna be able to see some feeding flock that you might be seeing species like rufous wren, white-throated, white-banded tranulate, superciliated hemispingus can be around, blueback hornbill, and some other things too. So if the weather condition is clear or nice, so we can be able to see this Guaguapichincha volcano, which doesn't have the snow on the top, but is very active, which has been erupted in 1999. And then eventually we'll arrive at the end of the trail where they have some nice hummingbird feeders. We'll be able to see the second largest hummingbird in the world, which is called a great sapphire wing. And we'll be able to see also this golden breasted pufflet and this sexy looking soulbill hummingbird, and one of my favorite hummingbird, rainbow bearded thornbill, can be seen around as well. So before to head back towards the parking lot where we start, so there's very good chance that we're gonna be able to see this white-throated screech owl who likes to hang out nearby the hummingbird feeders. So eventually we'll start heading back to the parking lot, as I said, where we'll be able to see hopping along the trail this rufous antpera. So once we get back to the parking lot, we'll head our warm lunch, and after the lunch, so we'll start heading down towards the Tandayapa bird lodge that I'm gonna show you guys in the map how we're gonna do it, right? So if we're here, so pretty much we're gonna go along this road all the way down there where the lodge is located, basically in the cloud forest right in here. So we'll take this road, which is called the Old Nonominda Road, very famous by bird watchers or simply by nature lovers. Okay, so let me show you guys some of the birds that we might be seeing along that road. So one of them will be this red-crested cotinga, hooded mountain tanager, second or one of the largest tanager that we have in the area. And then as we're driving along this dirt road close to the river, there will be a lot of good stuff to see it. One of them will be white-capped dipper also, and beside them we'll be able to see some other things like trogons, toucans, toucanet, and that kind of things. But sometimes, or most of the time, there's this little slaty-backed chat tyrant likes to hang out nearby the road. And eventually we'll arrive to the lodge, hopefully some daylight, where our lodge staff will be waiting for us with some welcome drink that we can be enjoying while arriving there. So once we get there and set up our stuff, if some of you guys want to rest, read the book, get your welcome drink, or simply get some soda, beer, or whatever you guys want from the bar, so you guys are welcome to do it. And eventually we ended up our day having delicious dinner that the lodge people prepare for us, accompanied with this tasty dessert also. So let me talk about the lodge that it's one of the lodges that everyone would love to come visit. I mean, it's one of the 50 places that you don't want to miss before you die, right? So Tandayapa is one of the best places to visit. It's not only for food, but they have hummingbirds, they have a beautiful setup, accommodation, a lot of nice birds and nice people as well. So following there, we'll actually visit the blind or hide that they have near the lodge, uh, where we'll be looking for species like this white-throated uh, whale dove that comes to get some stuff from the compost, and same as this rusted crown warbler, three stripe that comes to get bugs from the black light that attracts them. And here we have some of the moth. It's called Atlas or Cecropia moth, beautiful moth, so that can be seen early in the morning. So as we haven't get our breakfast yet, so we head back to the lodge to have our breakfast. um, while having breakfast, we'll see some good stuff from the windows, some tanagers, some hummingbirds also. But once we finish our breakfast, um, we'll have chance to see some hummingbirds by the feeders. As you probably see in this photo, we have some photographers ready to shoot some hummingbird pictures. So anyway, for the morning or for the day, we'll be pretty much based in the lower Tandayapa Valley. So at the feeders, we'll be seeing this fawn-breasted brilliant, which comes often to the feeders, sparkling violet, rufous-tailed hummingbird, one of the choco endemics, brown Inca, purple-throated wood star, and this brown violet, and another choco endemic, purple bib white tip, and this violet-tailed sylph with some beside it female of a booted rackettail. Pretty soon we'll be seeing the male, which is right here, that everyone will like to see it, and once they see it, they'll say, oh, what a nice looking bird, right? So, and there'll be chance to get this blue-winged mountain tanager that likes to hang out by the fruit feeders, and same as with this crimson round toucanet, black cap tanager that likes to hang out by the feeders, mask trogon that likes to hit the window because haste their own image actually. And as I said, the lodge is located in the cloud forest, so you can see this beautiful day with nice hills, and beside them we'll have this very friendly slate-throated red star too. And then the trails can give us chance to see this species like scale fruit eater, golden-headed cactal, and why not this rainbow-looking toucan barbet that comes to the fruit feeders, and you can see in the forest as well. And occasionally we see this lovely looking mammal, which is the tyra that comes to get some piece of banana near the lodge actually. Alright, and then and we'll eventually end up our day with delicious dinner again that the lodge people will provide us. Fantastic. So after Tandayapa, following day we're gonna take this road. Basically it's gonna be paved road all the way down here, so we'll be today birding mostly down the lowlands. And then first of all we're gonna do roadside birding. So this disturbed secondary forest can hold a bunch of good stuff like this beautiful lemon rum tanager, or they also call as a flame rum, and there'll be presence of this spectacular tiny little woodpeckers called olivaceous piculet. And then striped cuckoo can be around also. Guayaquil woodpeckers, mostly in the dead trees, and even we'll be able to have this barred Potbird that likes to hang out by the trail or sometimes just above the road. And eventually we'll arrive to canopy platform that Rio's Lunch Bird Sanctuary have, where we can be able to see from the top this bronze wing parrot, sometimes can be sculpted too, laughing falcon also, choco wood toucan, and this cute yellow tufted dagnus can be possible from the tower, and then this lovely looking broad-billed motmot, green honey creeper. These guys are mostly canopy birds, but as we up in the platform they can be easily seen. And the trail itself can have some white-tailed trogon and this skulky good stuff lanceolated monklet, and this black cat pygmy tyrant also. Just before to leave the area, we'll be able to see this striped-throated hermit also coming to the verbena flowers by the parking lot. So once we have done with this place, so we'll be mostly going back to the lodge, where we'll be planning for our following day plan, which will be going back to the lodge here, and then our next birding plan will be going back to this, wait a second, all the way down here where we have this Milpa Bird Sanctuary, which is the sister reserve of Rio Salancho, where we've been the day before, where we can have a lot of good stuff also. Some of them by the feeders, like here we have group picture with Mindo Cloud Forest Foundation sign. So once we get there, we'll be able to get hummingbird like this green thorntail by the feeders, and this Harley perch white whisker hermit can be possible to see near the feeders, and crown wood nymph. And as I said, they do have it some fruit feeders also. We'll be seeing stuff like this orange-billed sparrow and Rufus motman, pale mandible arrowsari that likes to chase the little birds. And once we have done with the fruit feeders and hummingbird feeders too, we'll do some trail hiking where we see bunch, stuff like, nice feeding flock with russet amphitrite, can be lineated scaly-throated foliage cleaner and that kind of stuff. But one of them will be this beautiful Michael Jackson-like dancing cloudwing mannequin and choco trogon, and we'll be able to see stuff like this beautiful ornate flycatcher, and there'll be presence of a mammal like this Central American agouti that likes to hang out by the trail or simply eat leftover from the food feeders. And once we have done with this place, we'll go to have our lunch at Mirador Rio Blanco, which is not that far from there, which we have the group picture here with delicious food. And while waiting for our food, or while having our food, we will be able to see from the window some good stuff also, as they have some hummingbird feeders and fruit feeders too. One of them will be the silver-throated tanager, black-cheeked woodpecker, and this rarely coming to the feeder guira tanager, and this red-headed barbet female can be around also, obviously the male. And beside the food and birds in this particular place, they do have it some nice lookout also, nice valley view. So once we have done with this, we'll be driving towards upper Tandayapa Valley, as I'm gonna show you guys here. So as you probably see, we have done this, so we already here. So from here we'll be driving this road, which is part of the old Nonomindu road. So like this, as we have the lodge here. So we'll be pretty much birding in this area. We'll be seeing some good stuff too. So one of them will be this Playbill Mountain toucan, which is one of the good stuff that you can find in the upper Tandayapa Valley. And then this green-black fruit eater. And sometimes we have along the road this crazy-looking giant earthworm that I usually like to pick it up from the ground and show the people. Gray-breasted wood wren, and this choco-endemic gorgeted sun angel, and crested cactal, which likes to come to my whistle most of the time. Barrel spangled tanager that likes to hang out with feeding flocks. This powerful woodpecker can be often seen from the road. Strong-billed wood creeper, sometimes eating those crazy looking bugs. Mountain wood creeper too. And this lovely looking skulky ocellated tapakulu can be seen too from the upper Tandayapa Valley. And then we'll be ended up probably seeing this golden-naped tanager that usually likes to hang out in the upper Tandayapa Valley. So eventually we'll go down to the lodge, have our dinner, and plan our following day schedule that I'm gonna show you guys in the map where we're gonna go, right? So as we probably hear, Tandayapa Bird Lodge. So today we'll be pretty much driving all the way up here. Okay, so which might take us for 2 hours more or less to get there. So first part will be a paved road and then mostly dirt road. So where we're probably gonna see a bunch of good stuff. And this is also called foothill forest. So let me show you guys what we might be seeing over there. So one of the birds that we're gonna be seeing over there is this flame face tanager, those choco endemic mossback tanager, golden color honey creeper, golden tanager that comes to the banana fruit feeders, this beautiful glistening green tanager that people loves to see them, black chin mountain tanager, and occasionally I like to pick it up stuff like this rhinoceros beetle, rufous throated tanager also come to the feeders, black-winged saltator, empress brilliant, one of the choco endemic too, green crown brilliant, and one of my favorite hummingbird, which is one of the choco endemic also, velvet purple coronet. And later on we'll do some birding along the road also, where we're gonna pick it up stuff like this golden winged mannequin, Buffy or Pacific Dapslichick, rose-faced parrot wouldn't be an exception to get him, this beautiful orange-breasted fruit eater, and also we have chance to get roosting lyre-tailed nightjar, and eventually we'll go back to the lodge where we'll ended up having another tasty dinner that the lodge people provide us. And today or this evening we have to pick it up or pack up our luggage or our stuff, as this is our last night, and then we'll be pretty much leaving this fantastic spot. So let me show you guys what we'll be doing following day, which will be visiting the Mr. Pass place. So as we here, so following day we're gonna basically do this Tandayapa Bird Lodge, go all the way down here and visit this place, and eventually start driving over the wet temperate forest and dry as well, and this dry into mountain valley all the way down to Puembo Hotel. Okay, so where we ended up our day here. So let me go back. So one of the birds that we probably gonna not probably, but we will be seeing is this spectacular Andean cock-a-doodle, which most of the people want to see them. One of the iconic bird from the region also. And then following the road we'll be able to get this cloud forest pygmy, and also will be columned by Mr. Pass this dark-backed wood quail, and eventually we'll arrive to Refugio Paz de las Aves, where they have beautiful sign also. While enjoying the garden, there'll be pretty good chance to see this Choco Daggerbill too, golden crown flycatcher. And finally we will go and get Mr. Pass birds that he likes to call them in by calling by names, like this yellow-breasted antpeter, chestnut crown, ochre-breasted antpeter, which is called also as a Shakira by Mr. Pass, giant antpeter or Maria, mustache antpeter, which is one of the rare and skulky ones. So eventually we'll go back to the parking lot to have some coffee or tea with nice tasty bolones and empanadas, and eventually we'll start driving towards Calacali, where we pick it up some stuff like this resident American kestrel, this beautiful tufted tit tyrant that likes to comes to our recording, and eventually we ended up to Rincon del Pueblo. So here, people who's doing only the main tour will be time to say goodbye, and rest of them will be keep going towards the extension, which will be visiting one of the beautiful national park, which is called Antisana. So I'm gonna show you guys what we'll be doing. So once we here, as I said, so this is Puembo Hotel. So from here pretty much we'll be driving down this way all the way down here. So this is the Antisana National Park right here. So this is the volcano, and we'll be visiting La Mica Lake as well. So our birding is going to consist from 11,000 feet all the way up to 12,000. So one of our target species today will be this Ecuadorian national bird. It's called Andean condor, and one of the largest wingspan flying bird too. And then much further up we'll be able to see this spectacular Ecuadorian hill star, black-chested buzzard eagle, paramo or culpir fox, and there'll be chance to see this Antisana volcano also. So it's one of my favorite places to visit actually, because you will see not only birds, mammals, and nice landscapes too. And this is Sinchalagua. and there'll be plenty chance to see those carunculated caracal that a lot of people likes to see them. Black-faced ibis, Andean gull, and eventually we'll go down to Lamika Lake, where we see a bunch of ducks like yellow-billed pintail, Andean duck, Andean teal, but one of them will be this slate color coot, silver grebe, and then in the way back there is a very good chance that we can pick it up this white-tailed deer too, which is slightly different that you are used to it. And eventually, as will be lunchtime, we'll go and get some food by the local restaurant. It's called Tambo Condor, and where we'll be seeing some of this stuff like this black-tailed train better and the most gigantic looking and biggest from rest of the cousin giant hummingbird. And then once we have done with our lunch, so we'll be start driving down to Guangos Lodge that I'm going to show you guys in the map. So as we here, so we'll go all the way here and go over the Papiacta Pass and ended up here at Guangos Lodge, which is also located in the wet temperate forest. Okay, so we'll be seeing this chestnut-breasted coronet once we arrive there. Color Inca, there'll be more chance to see other stuff like long-tailed sylph, tourmaline sand angel, Tyrian metal-tail, white-bellied woodstar, and etc. etc. So eventually we'll spend the night in this beautiful lodge, which is called Guangos. Okay. After a nice little rest in this beautiful lodge, our last day plan will be from Guangos Lodge, which is located right here, do some birding in the ground, and then go down to Termas Road and the Papiacta Pass, and eventually up to the Antennas, which is both of them part of the Cayambe National Park, and then we'll eventually be ending up our trip all the way up here. So as this is our last day birding also, so we'll be trying to maximize, trying to get as much as we can. So right after breakfast we'll be doing some ground birding, as I said. So we'll be seeing stuff like this turquoise jay, pale-nape brush finch can be around, and we'll be scanning along the Papayacta river for this torrent duck that can be nicely seen, sometimes pairs or family, and there'll be a chance to see white-capped dipper also. Beside them we have chance to get this mammal also, which is called mountain tapir, that sometimes can be so difficult to get him. And then once we have done with this area, as we have our luggage are ready to go, so we'll go visit the Las Termas Road that I usually likes to go over there, where we'll be able to get this Tony Antpitta, masked mountain tanager, and then this golden crown tanager that likes to hang out with nice feeding flock, white-chinked thistletail, and we'll probably ending up this little road seeing this agile T-Tyron. And once we have done with that road, going towards the Papiacta Pass, we'll get some Polylapis forest. We'll be able to get this giant conebill, and much farther up this stout-billed Synclodes, many-striped Canistera, and there'll be also chance to have nice views of the landscape too, like this one. We will be able to see even the highest volcano in Ecuador, which is called Cotopaxi, or one of the highest active volcano. And one of our target species will be this beautiful rufous belly seed snipe that there is very good chance that we'll be seeing them all together with this Jameson's snipe. And then we'll start driving down towards P4 near the airport, where you'll be spending the night, where you'll be chance to get this red rambush tyrant along this old Quito road, and there will be chance to get spectacle bears also along the hill. Why not this variable hawk, which can be spotted sometimes sitting in the top of the bush. Black-billed striped tyrant. So eventually we'll start driving down to Puembo Hotel, as I said, for your final dinner, and eventually to catch up your flights, or even you might be connecting with some other trips also down in the Amazon, or even down to Galapagos Island too. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy my virtual trip, and I did my best. I hope that you guys seen some of my friends' virtual tours also, and maybe you're gonna enjoy, and then eventually decide to come with us in future trips, either in Ecuador or somewhere else in the world. Okay, thanks guys, have a good time. Bye bye.